Oh, hey, I didn't even see you there. What's up? My name is Rob, and we are working on another episode of the E30. So, what we're doing today on the E30 is going to be starting plumbing the fuel system. So, what this means is setting up the pump, the fuel cell, the filters, the regulator, the AN fittings, the line, and everything from there. So I'm going to start out with the materials I use, and right behind me I have some Phoenix Industries Dash 8 AN in two different length fuel sizes. So this is Dash 10, and this is going to go from our pump to our surge tank, and then for everything else in the surge tank, that is Dash 8. It's going like the regulator, the filter to the pump. I bought a short amount so we can just set it up and then run one long continuous line at the end to the fuel rail from the regulator. So the system we are going to be using today is called a flow-through regulator, which means it is mounted after the rails. So advantages of that is moving your fuel system all to one area for safety. I don't know, not exactly my design. My boy Fab Daddy with Rob Dom. I'll put a clip in here of his awesome build. He obviously doesn't need my exposure, but I love him anyways. Seems like a really nice guy. Isaiah, his main fabricator, is basically my husband. Not actually, but yeah, I love him to death. He's like a brother to me. And he, for Christmas, made me a surge tank. And the quality of this man is outstanding. So we have the beginning of the surge tank, which is going to be mounted on top. And then we have Isaiah's beautiful welds. And as you can see, he's just straight stacking dimes as an art. This is the current state of our system. So I went ahead and, ooh, more rust. Fantastic. Anyways, I went ahead and removed all of the sound deadening or whatever the hell it was, that tar. Huge pain in the butt, but so this is a surge tank with our fittings. This is going to be flow from the pump, which I need a 45 up here to connect to here. We have we have the N, which is the fuel pressure regulator return from the fuel rail, and then we have return to the pump, or sorry, not the pump, the fuel cell up here, and then we have our first pre-filter to the pump. I'm going to get a different mount. I'm actually going to buy a nice filter, and then we have our post-pump filter, which will probably be on a 90 or a 45 up here, and then that'll go to the fuel rail. The way I am mounting this down right now is we are using what's called riv nuts. So you basically drill out a hole, the drilling area, whatever you want to call it, and then you do this rivet, which has internal threads in it, and then you can mount the fuel cell. Easy as can be, pretty simple. Up top on the right, we're going to have the vent, rollover vent, or whatever it is, and then over here we have the return. So pretty simple as far as this. I need to make a mount for the surge tank, and then yeah, you just rivet everything down pretty much, and should be pretty solid. Now this is an adjustable fuel pressure regulator, and our return style makes it so we have it all back here after the rail. Oh yeah, I already got nitrous stuff starting, and I have a nitrous mount, which is going to get rib nutted down over here behind where the light is, kind of where the goo gun is. But also I got a heater, which I'll show in a second, but we have our thermostatic switch and our pressure for line, so we can have a heater as well. Pretty nice. So yeah, pretty much the fuel cell setup. And sorry, the shop is kind of a mess right now. Doing some finishing touches on the workbench. So everything's covered in sawdust. Fuck. All right, guys, back again. So what I wanted to talk to you about is the AN fittings right here. Make sure you get the barb in and don't make the same mistake I did and get the kind that's adapter to adapter and feel like a freaking moron because you just wasted $100 in quality AN fittings. By Phoenix Industries, very high quality brand. Isaiah told me to use them, but so we have our 45 degree onto our, or 145, whatever, you know what I'm saying, candy cane looking hoe ass. So we got our dash 10 line, and we're going to be using what's called AN tools, which just make it easy to get the hose into the fitting. You'd put it in with the shorter or the smaller diameter up top, and then basically stick your hose in, go like that to the bottom, and then you would put on the fitting pretty much like so. Hose goes on, threads into the barb side, expands this side, and you have a nice sealed hose, as opposed to a quick disconnect fitting like Chevy uses. Nylon braid, easily compatible with E85, and yeah, so like 5 or 6 fittings. That actual second time I bought the right fittings. Learned from my mistake and went from there. So that concludes the first episode of us doing the fuel system. I know it was kind of dry, but yeah, I'm just explaining the fittings, how we're going to do it, and then next video will either be when it's done or somewhere in the process of. I don't want to make this 3 videos, but I will make it 2. One with the actual setup going, and then yeah, just setting it up, like the final touches, once everything's riv nutted in place and all that good stuff. But I will show you what it will look like with the bottle and the nitrous system and the heater and all that. So 1 second, let me get that set up. All right, so we have the nitrous bottle on the heater, and really need to get better lighting in here, but this isn't mounted down yet. But this is our heater and our holder, so that'll be over here. Not really discreet. I might put something over top of it to hide it, and try and kind of run it stealthily. I'll put a picture of what I want to do to hide it in the engine bay. But yeah, so that's what we're working with right now. The nitrous bottle will go there, get strapped down, and the stainless steel clamps are right over there. And yeah, so nitrous fuel system coming together slowly but surely. Thank you guys watching, or thank you guys so much for watching. I'm Rob. I'm a piece of shit. This car is a piece of shit. See you next time.